self-sufficient, I would say.
Don't have to make me out that I'm not a human being. I'm human too.
She is. She definitely is.
I'm not AI.
So in the rare moments that she does say something, and she texted me in the morning, actually, and then she gave me a voice note. And in
the voice, tell us.
Voice, in the tone, I sensed some desperation and some pain and hurt. And I thought, I'm going to call her. So I called you and asked you what you were doing today. And I thought, okay, we stopped, like I hung up the phone, and in my mind, I'm saying, I'm going to go visit her today. So I just asked her something really simple. Is there anything I can do for you today? I'm going to the shops. Would you like something?
And I initially said no. I said, I just need a few things. I'm not going to trouble you. And what did you say?
No trouble at all. You know,
she actually kind of said, I'm here anyway.
Yeah, I want to be of value to you. So, I mean, of course, I got her groceries, but the thing was, I picked up coffee on the way, and when I got to her place, she said, what did you say?
I don't remember. But all I can tell you from my heart, it was the best thing ever.
You feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nancy walked through my door with a coffee, takeaway coffee for me. It's that be there for you. AI can't be there for you. And I wrote in my gratitude journal, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The gratitude that I had that she made a way to get to my house and bring me a coffee and said, I'm going shopping. What do you need? Then I had groceries come as well. I mean, she saved me going on a shopping trip, and I just was in my tracksuit yesterday, almost like, really had a down day. But my whole day turned around, by the way, after Nancy left. She wasn't there for very long.
Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I wanted is in front of me. It's looking up and up down, sun is shining over me. I got a good thing coming.
So on the Coaching Corner today, we're going to be talking about why AI can never replace coaches. Good morning, Nance.
Good morning, Jane.
Okay, tell us.
Well, I think let's rephrase it. Let's title the show, No, AI Can't Coach You. And
so no, AI can't coach you.
Absolutely. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of this, because while AI is wonderful and it does help, you really have to ask yourself, does it really know everything? I mean, really, if I'm typing something into AI, do you know the chances are that it's incorrect? It's not always correct. The research isn't always correct.
Not sometimes. It is very often incorrect. I even cross-checked it with an online course in real estate law, in the legislation. It got several questions completely wrong. When I said, you've got this answer wrong, it said, oh, you're absolutely quite right. I'm so sorry. Here's act, this number, that one. Yeah, several questions. So that's even with the legislation. You've got to say, quote me the legislation when you give me the answer, and then it kind of gets it a bit better. So you're 100%. So you're talking about...
That's not smart at all. Sorry. I mean, come on. This is legislation.
Yeah,
anyway. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how many points we got.
So we've got 8 reasons why you cannot be coached by AI, and AI will never, ever replace human beings that are coaches. Coaches are one of the most valuable professions in the world today, and we are the Coaching Corner, and we know the amazing transformation and breakthroughs that we give people in the very powerful coaching process. So we've got 8 reasons why AI cannot replace a human coach. So point number 1 I have to talk about is the human emotions. True human emotion. This is I can see Nancy's laughing already.
Well, I think it's incredibly important, because we are emotional beings. We are energy in form. So imagine rocking up to a coaching session with a computer screen. Now, really, what are you going to get out of that? I mean, let's just be honest here.
Yeah, true emotion.
Is the AI going to read your emotion? Are you going to have a relationship with a computer? I mean, don't get me going. There's crazy things that are happening in the world at the moment. People are marrying robots. I mean, come on,
okay,
people.
We're not talking about that.
I know, but let's be honest here. That's AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah. But when you spoke about can you rock up to a coaching session with a computer screen versus a coach and true human emotion, I had a coaching client that was with me for over 5 years. And every time we got into the coaching session, within the first 4 seconds, I knew I could read him. I just always say I can read faces. I don't know if I can really read faces and get paid for it as a profession, but I know I can read faces.
Yeah,
so,
you're a good face reader.
yeah, my body language reading is very strong, and I could tell instantly, even if he said I'm fine, things are going all right, that there was something deeply troubling him, or he was in a chronic state of fight or flight, or he had some severe regret, like just the emotion. I can read on a face. Now, you're never going to get that true human emotion with AI, and that's the power of a coach, because a coach can read you. So when you show up, they're reading you. It's more than your words.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've had just actually a month ago, one of my clients show up to a coaching session very down. I could tell as soon as we got on Zoom, he wasn't in the right space. And I asked him, what's going on for you today? And he said, I'm really not in a great space. And we managed to work through it. And by the end of the session, he was so much better. And he said, thank you for being able to pick that up, because he can talk and people can hide their feelings, but I read his energy, like you're saying. It's so important.
Yeah, and the other thing is AI can never simulate certain human emotions, which are the emotions that literally can keep a person alive or wanting to give up on life and die. And that sounds very extreme. But the emotion of compassion is one of the most valuable and transformative emotions on the planet. And AI can never let you feel that they have compassion for you.
Yeah.
And I've been in a time in my own coaching sessions with my coach, I remember years ago, and it was her reading my emotions and her compassion, saying, no teenager is supposed to go through something like that. And I felt her compassion for me.
Yeah.
That is transformative, and you can't get that. So that's the first one we want to talk about, is you can't really transform with AI because they don't have true human emotion. Nance, what's the second one?
Accountability.
Accountability.
Now, I'd like to know how AI can give you accountability. I really would like to know, because you either choose to turn on the screen, like the computer, or you don't have to show up at all. I mean, like, you've got free reign here. So how does that work? I mean, think about it. When we coach our clients, we coach every week, and it's a 75-minute coaching, video Zoom conference. And I always start off the session, how did you go last week? And without that, actually, let's just go a little bit further. During the week, I talk to my clients.
Yeah, absolutely. You text them.
Yeah, or email, or how did you go? Or you remember things that they said. How did you go with the deal? Or what did you end up saying in this scenario?
Yeah, can I just add something? When you're with a coaching human being, you might go off topic and just chat and say, I went to a wedding last week, and I saw this, whatever, and you just share. Anyway, then you get back to the coaching topic. If you're on a computer, you're not going to go be doing that, because the person's got no reference to say, I love that at weddings. I've experienced that too. Yeah. Or you can't share an experience, or say.
Well, I think it would be more surface level. I think if you could get on a computer, look, I've played around with AI. I could get on ChatGPT or whatever it is, and say, today I'm feeling wonderful, and the weather is great, and I'm so excited. And the computer will say, oh, that's so lovely to hear. Yes, the weather is wonderful. It just kind of like surface level, it mimics what you say.
Yeah, and it always praises you. Now, this is actually not a good thing, because sometimes a person says something and you can ask a question like, Nance, in your true heart of hearts, is that the best way that you can handle that situation, or do you think there are alternatives? Yeah. Now, you can't get that from AI.
No, there's no human interaction whatsoever. I find in this department here with accountability, a computer cannot keep you accountable, people. Yeah. A human being will always, a coach is just exactly that, will always have your back.
Correct.
Always. No matter what.
And the one thing that a coach does that AI can never do is CARE. Care. I really love, not care, I love my coaching clients.
Yes, so do I.
And I deeply care about them.
Yeah.
Seriously. And if there's anything that they tell me they're like, I'm not coaching for the next 2 weeks because I'm going overseas to attend this event. When they come back, I'll say, how was your event? You're not going to fill that little bit of detail in when you're busy.
No.
With AI, coaching, just say, this is my problem. You won't say, oh, by the way, I'm going to be, and they won't come back.
Sterile.
It's very sterile. So care, you can't get genuine care. And also the belief in you. When we have someone holding someone accountable, it's because we believe in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you love your clients, you have a very special relationship with them, and you are very happy for them with their wins. And when they're upset, you have compassion, like you said. So it's a lot of things going on. But mainly for accountability, there's only one way, and that is to actually come back with your coach and say, I didn't do very well last week, I didn't action this, or I didn't that. You will never get that from a computer, ever.
And also, when you know that at whatever time someone is waiting to catch up with you at a certain time, you show up differently. And you think in the week, oh man, I'm going to be on my coaching call on Wednesday. Best I do my way forward that I spoke about last week. So it's the same as going to gym. If you had your gym in your own house and it was a robot that's going to say, bend forward a bit more and stretch a bit to the left, you can switch the thing on and lie in bed. You don't even have to get up. But when you know that your coach is waiting for you at the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you drag yourself out of bed and you will go because that human being is waiting for you. So accountability is massive. That's the second point.
Well, that's part of the success, right?
Absolutely.
If you don't remain accountable with your coach, and your coach doesn't remain accountable with you, you're not successful because you haven't done what you said you're going to do. So it's almost you haven't kept your word. So it's really important that you do have a live coach. As you can tell, we're live. AI here.
We are real. We are not AIs. Now, point 3 and point 4 are my personal favorites. So point 3, why AI can never have this, is presence. And I'm just going to combine it with number 4. Number 4 is body language. So what is presence, would you say, Nance?
Holding space.
Yeah, so it's that energy.
Yeah, it's how you show up, how you present, how you are with my coaching clients. 5 minutes of silence, if you can hold space for a person while they're either crying, processing, thinking about what they want, if you can hold space, a loving, kind space, it's very similar, the space that we hold in our 2-day workshops or even in the 4-day workshop that you do.
Which workshop?
The Silver Method or Love Yourself, Heal Your Life. It's just being present without anything, no awkwardness, no uncomfortableness, nothing, just being present and just waiting.
That's right. It's this non-judgmental presence that we hold for a person. In coaching, I learned this. One of the best questions you can ask a coaching client is that question where they go,
the cockroach falls off the plate.
Yeah, they're thinking, and they're trying to, and that's the time the coach must be quiet, don't fill the space, because in that moment, you're having an epiphany. And there's this beautiful saying that says, until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. That's by Carl Jung.
Yeah.
So we want to make the unconscious conscious, and that's why we hold presence and space, is because that's what you call an epiphany.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next one is my real favorite, is body language. As I said earlier, I read faces. Body language in coaching is one of the most important things a coach can learn, is to read body language, because you help your client at a whole other level. Coach is not about listening and responding. It's a questioning technique. It is feeling into the person. It's tapping into their energy field.
Yeah.
And body language is extremely important. Words that people say are, what percentage of communication are words?
7%.
7%. So if you think about AI, you typing words, it's only getting 7% of what you're really feeling, what you're really struggling with, what you're truly afraid of, what really keeps you up at night.
And I find it's the tone as well. So I read energy too. So if someone comes to the session, like I was telling you with my coaching client a month ago, I could tell by body language, his tone, his face, so I'm reading facial cues, and especially the tone. It tells a story more than words can, more, because you understand, you have a sense of where they are, what they're feeling, what's happened, so whether they're elated or whether they're very upset, that's what comes to the forefront. You know what I mean? So their tone is very expressive, or it's, you're feeling very down or maybe disheartened or frustrated or angry. It's your tone that says that, and obviously your energy.
It's so true, Nance. And the thing about reading tone and body language, all of that, is that people today more than ever, they really crave authenticity. They really crave real connection. How on earth can you get real with artificial? I mean, A in the AI stands for artificial. So how can you get real, true emotion? And that is really so important. And the other thing is, the longer you have a coaching client or you are coached by a coach, you build a long-term relationship on trust. Please, how do you build trust with artificial intelligence? There's no such thing. And when you really are trustworthy and you've built that trust with a client, you are given permission to sometimes hold a mirror up to them that no one else has got the guts to do, but you do it out of love and you do it out of caring. And when you are confrontational to a degree, or like you putting the truth, you're emphasizing the truth or showing out the truth, but you're so loving and caring, people love you for it.
And also they transform then. When you are holding space, they trust you, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel valued, and they open up to you. Transformation happens then. That's when transformation happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all these qualities we're talking about, reading body language, caring, reading a person's tone, building on trust, is because human beings are spiritual beings. That's really one thing we haven't mentioned yet, and probably we could have started the show on this. But our spiritual nature is the most of us. Our soul is the most of us. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So what on earth is a spiritual being going to get out of artificial intelligence? It cannot. It cannot help it grow. It cannot help it have a breakthrough. It cannot even read a breakthrough. I will never know if you've had a breakthrough, because most of the time with my coaching clients, a breakthrough is not when the words are coming out, it's like this. Or crying, or that's a breakthrough.
And you're not going to sit there and type, hey, I've had a breakthrough.
And if you do, it's not really a breakthrough.
I mean, seriously, it's not appropriate whatsoever. I mean, we ask when we are coaching our clients and we sit and hold space, it gives them an opportunity to really get into their emotions, and it really gives them, like I said, a safe space to open up. That's really important. Safety is so important. You cannot be safe with a computer. Come on.
Yep, absolutely. Now, the next point, which is numbers 5, is holding attention. Now, you cannot hold a person's attention unless you're live with a person. Correct. How do you hold a person's attention? Because you could just suddenly stop. Can you imagine you're coaching with AI, the computer screen's on. Suddenly your phone goes bing, and you pick up your phone, and now you're onto something, and you think, oh, let me go get a cup of coffee, and then you're off over there, and you get the coffee, then you come back, and then something comes up on your phone, you start scrolling, and then you think, oh, I haven't got time now, time, she's pregnant.
Yes, that's right.
I must get on to the next thing.
Yes.
With a coach, you got to have your attention. You live in session, and everything else must wait. And sometimes all you want to do is leave, run out the door, and go away from your emotions. That's what avoidance is. But with a coach, they hold you there, and they hold that presence. They hold that space for you. And that is why coaching truly is the most powerful process between human beings for transformation and growth. It's nothing stronger and more powerful because of that humanness. Yeah.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be on Zoom.
No.
Right. So initially I started coaching face-to-face. I do like it. I mean, if a person's living within a good distance, or maybe occasionally I'd meet. I mean, some of my clients are interstate. So it's nice to have that interaction, human to human, sitting in a cafe, having a discussion, feeling safe, and allowing yourself to express in a very safe place. So we're not just saying it's always going to be in front of a screen. That's another thing, because, if the world goes to
Yes.
I'd like to say the word, but I really can't. But if it does, and you don't have access to a screen, who's going to coach you then? The screen or the person that you can meet, in a park or something like that? So
That is very true.
yeah.
Now, the 7th reason why AI can never be your coach. I mean, you can try it, but it isn't going to really coach you. It's just going to be artificial coaching. That's not the real thing. Number 7 is so important. It's intuition. I love intuition because I train the Silver Method Life and Intuition System, and you spend 2 days out of the 4 purely developing intuition.
2 great days. Very wonderful, amazing days.
Of intuition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And intuition, I always say, is the most valuable skill any human being can develop in their life is your intuition, because it guides you.
Yeah.
So intuition between you and between the coach and the coachee, I don't even have the right word. It's the power principle of coaching. It is where the dynamite of coaching resides. So let me tell you this. When I very first became a coach, okay, like my very first tutorial, they had to teach us what was the definition of coaching. I don't know the exact words today, but something like this. I'll be simple. It said it's a powerful process through an intuitive questioning technique. So when you're coaching, you're not mentoring. Okay, mentoring is not what Nancy and I do. We're not mentors, we're coaches. Mentors is when you have your own experience and you give advice from your own experience. No, we coaches. We draw the wisdom out of the individual and give them the epiphanies by making their unconscious conscious, and that's an epiphany. So when it said it's the most powerful intuitive process through intuitive questioning, that technique, this is the gold nugget of coaching, is that we sit there and we listen. Like Nancy has coached me.
And you've coached me.
Right. We've coached each other. And I have to say, you're a very, very good coach.
Thank you, my darling. You too.
Thank you. No. So when I'm in a coaching session with Nancy, which I've been many, many times, sometimes I say something and then I keep quiet and there's something kind of I'm holding back. And only intuition can give you that knowledge. The coach has the intuition. So AI can never ever have that. And then Nancy will say some particular question, which is like, I couldn't hide that blind spot. I couldn't hide behind my own fear, or I couldn't hide behind my own lies to myself. I couldn't hide behind my own shame, or I couldn't behind my own mask that I'm wearing. The coach sees through, the intuition tells you the truth, and that's when you ask the brilliant question, which gives the client the breakthrough.
Correct. And I don't think, well, for me, maybe for others, and I'm sure for you, we run the whole session on intuition. I like, there's no other way to describe it other than I don't have a book that says, oh, so that's the answer to that question. No. You intuitively ask questions. You're guided. You tune into that. And I guess that's why the Silver Method has taught me that, the program that Janine teaches, has taught me to realize what is my intuition, what's wishful thinking.
And you have amazing intuition.
So, but you have to learn to tune in and trust that, because if I have a client that's talking to me and we may start off with something, I don't know what I want to talk about today. Let's just give them an example. And you'll say, okay, so how have you been over the last week? And then they may say something. And then maybe my client might say, yeah, I've contacted my family in, I don't know, wherever. And I had a discussion with my sister and, you know, this really, this came up and I was really like feeling a little bit upset about it. Bang. And I'll just say, okay, so walk me through that. I'm curious, what happened? And something will come up. They'll talk, and then they'll say a particular word. And I'll say, okay, would you like to unpack that today? And they'll say, yeah. And then after the whole session, through intuitive questions, just listening. That's another thing. AI can't listen. It's not listening to you. This stays on, this sense is just so expanded.
Let me say something that is such a powerful insight that you've come up with, because you said it can't listen. Because when you're sitting there typing,
can't listen.
You're also in a different place in your mind. And even if you're speaking to the computer, I'm sorry, you're coming more from your logical side than your emotional side.
So you're listening. So that sense really does heighten. So you're looking and you're listening.
Yeah.
You're not talking. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to listen and see for the cues and ask the curious questions. I've really got to get curious about what's going on. And as soon as you do that, as soon as the coach does that, the person automatically does feel safe. They want to express because they have noticed that you, the coach, have really taken an interest in what's going on. And then, of course, it opens up. And by the end of it, I'll say to them, did you get value from that today? And they'll say, unbelievable. I never came with that in mind.
And it's true.
And
the same.
Yeah, and I've uncovered something that I had probably put to the side or maybe laid dormant.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of having a live person, a real person, you know.
Yeah. You know, or something you said now is so valuable about listening. I remember I do rapid results coaching as a separate certification, and when I got trained in rapid results coaching, I remember the coach saying one of his clients has been his coaching client for like 7 years, and he says, I actually don't say anything for that full coaching session. He says this person is a high-powered CEO and just wants someone to listen. So he just unpacks his whole week. This happened, that happened, I've got this going on, I had the meeting with that person, that's how it went. Hardly any questions because the person knows where they are, knows where they're going. Sometimes, of course, there is coaching on. But the value of a coach, I know for certain, I've had it with some of my coaching clients, particularly men and particularly successful men. Their wives at home don't want to sit down and listen to their whole day every day.
Jamie. I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I mean, for a certain amount of time, but not like the whole evening, because then you have some time at the end, you've got to share it up. That's why they'll pay someone to just unpack everything and keep themselves accountable and have someone keep them accountable. But listening, what you said about listening, priceless.
And it's also a little bit here, something just came to me now. It's not listening.
Hearing. It's not hearing.
It's not listening to speak. So there's a difference.
Yes.
Like I've already formulated something in my head, so I can spit it back out at you, right? It's listening with intention so you can hear.
So that you can actually understand.
Yeah.
It's actually you listening with intuition. And I must say, when I'm listening to my coaching clients and I'm reading their body language, I'm actually not only listening to what they say, I'm listening to what they don't say. I'm listening to what's written between the lines. I mean, you said that story about your coaching client went away that weekend and saw family and spoke with his sister. How did that go? My biggest breakthrough with my own coach, this is going back all these years ago, it's 8 years ago now. I just mentioned, she said, how's your weekend? Because it was a Monday. I said, and I was complaining about a particular interaction over lunch and whatever with whoever. And the coach asked me a question about that.
Yes.
And then I started to open about that. And then she could see I had trapped anger, like unresolved anger. And then said, why do you feel so upset about this? What a question. Then I was thinking, why do I? And then I said, because I've always behaved like the adult and the person's always behaving like a child. And then the coach said, when did that first happen for you? And that was the biggest breakthrough I'd had in my life. I promise you, in about 15 years was that moment. And you can't get artificial intelligence to read between the lines like that. And that's the beauty of intuition. That's the beauty of presence. That's the beauty of reading body language. The last one of the 8 why AI can never coach you, because no, it cannot, is to be there for you. What's the best thing you can say is, I just want to tell you, I had a bad day yesterday, and I wrote in my gratitude journal last night, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Who came to visit me yesterday? Because I just heard she called, Nancy.
Well, she texted me in the morning. Like, I'd have to say Janine is my coach. I can come to her for anything. And in the rare moments, she comes to me because she's quite self-sufficient, I would say.
You don't have to make me out that I'm not a human being. I'm human too.
She is. She definitely is.
I'm not AI.
So in the rare moments that she does say something, and she texted me in the morning, actually, and then she gave me a voice note. And in
The voice, tell
the
us.
voice, in the tone, I sensed some desperation and some pain and hurt. And I thought, I'm going to call her. So I called you and asked you what you were doing today. And I thought, okay, we stopped, like I hung up the phone, and in my mind, I'm saying, I'm going to go visit her today. So I just asked her something really simple. Is there anything I can do for you today? I'm going to the shops. Would you like something?
And I initially said no. I said, I've seen a few things. I'm not going to trouble you. And what did you say?
It's no trouble at all. You know,
She actually kind of says, I'm here anyway.
Yeah, I want to be of value to you. So, I mean, of course, I got her groceries, but the thing was, I picked up coffee on the way, and when I got to her place, she said, "What did you say?"
I don't remember. But all I can tell you from our heart, it was the best thing ever.
You feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nancy walked through my door with a coffee, takeaway coffee for me. It's that be there for you. AI can't be there for you. And I wrote in my gratitude journal, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The gratitude that I had that she made a way to get to my house and bring me a coffee and said, I'm going shopping. What do you need? Then I had groceries come as well. I mean, she saved me going on a shopping trip, and I just was in my tracksuit yesterday, almost like, really had a down day. But my whole day turned around, by the way, after Nancy left. She wasn't there for very long. We had coffee together and you left. I had a complete turnaround in my day, and I had an extremely successful day yesterday. It was a power day. Thank you. So, Nance, we speak to our coaching clients outside of our coaching appointments. Is that not true?
Yes, of course, 100%. It's true. I text my coaching clients, I email them, I send them things, I take an interest in what they say.
Yeah, and absolutely. Just like you came to visit me, if one of your coaching clients says, I'm having a really bad day, I mean, I just pick up the phone or say, send me a voice note, or I'll send them a voice note, saying whatever it is, pack it out in a voice note, everything that's going on inside of you. Yeah. And I listen to that voice note again. You don't have to be on Zoom video. I've got coaching clients sometimes on the phone, sometimes face-to-face, and sometimes on Zoom. But you become very good at listening. And listening is a skill that AI, I'm so sorry, can never, ever read. They only read the words.
And the tone, picking up the tone. I mean, anyone can fake, especially someone doesn't want to express. Maybe they used to the words, I'm fine or I'm okay. When someone says I'm fine or I'm okay and they say in a particular tone,
they're not. Yeah.
So it's priceless. Can I just tell you, we have got so many artificial everything these days. Everything, artificial Botox, artificial hair, artificial nails, artificial
breasts.
Yes, implant, whatever it is.
Bums.
No, that's fine. You want to do that, that's fine. That's your choice. But in this day and age, we are heading more and more to what's not real. And it's so important to have human interaction, because we are going to get to a stage where you don't know if you are talking to a human or AI. Now, I can tell the difference. I'm not a fan of AI. I make it very clear. I don't care what people think. I'm not a fan of AI.
It has a purpose, but it's also got a downside.
Absolutely, and a purpose to a certain point. If I want to use anything that's AI, I write it up myself, and I just ask them a question. Can you make this better? And if they can't make it better, then there's no point, So the more you can get in touch with a human as much as possible, we come into an age where we are going to
crave.
Yeah, we are going to crave it, yes.
So I'm just letting you know what Nancy has said is so true. We are going to crave human contact and connection. We are thinking about running a retreat called The Human Touch.
We're not thinking, we are.
We are. Okay, we're going to do it. So if you're interested, follow us and we'll...
Next year. Huh?
Yeah. So the last one was to be there for you, and I had something that I wanted to mention, and it's now slipped my mind. You just mentioned. Anyway, so that...
Well, the world doesn't need any more artificial AI. It needs human interaction. Okay? We're done with AI. I think you really want to see it. It's going to get worse and worse. But do we really need it?
I got my thought back.
Good on you.
My thoughts back. So I read somewhere that a particular guy was having a problem with his girlfriend, really upset her. They had a big fight. And he didn't know how to patch it up. He didn't have communication skills. He wasn't mature. He hadn't done Love Yourself, Heal Your Life 2-day workshop that we run by Louise Hay. So he went to ChatGPT and asked, my girlfriend's really upset with me because I did something wrong. And it said, like, how can I respond? It gave him the perfect words. But let me tell you, it came from an artificial source. So he took the words and texted them to her. And it was the right thing to say to her. And it did actually work initially. But he wasn't genuine. He was artificial. Terrible. Because he just took this from artificial intelligence, put it into the text and sent it. His heart wasn't regretful. His heart wasn't remorseful. His heart wasn't sorry that he'd hurt her feelings and had empathy and compassion and acknowledged where he was wrong. He just did a band-aid over the fight, sent her the text. And do you think that relationship's going to last? No. And he never learned anything in that moment. And he never grew. Because if he poured from his heart and said, I find this really difficult. I didn't realize I hurt your feelings. I don't actually know how to deal with this. I've never done this before. And I'm as hurt as you are. How raw and rough that is. At least you grow and you connect. He has no depth. There's no depth. And if you keep doing that, what become? You become reliant on AI. You'll dump that girlfriend. Ask AI how to get another one. Go on to the next one and repeat. And
what happens here?
Tell me.
What's happening here with the use of AI?
Atrophy. Brain atrophy. That's another show we'll do. AI has a good place and a bad place. Make no doubt about it. It's got some fantastic things. That's why in Earth, or on this dimension, we have the law of polarity. Mm-hmm. Everything has an upside and a downside, an inside and an outside.
It's just how you take it and what you do with it. So you've got to be very careful in some aspects. I also wanted to say that man that was doing that is probably one of 1,000, or more than that, millions of men or women that are doing that because they haven't decided to either have or don't have the awareness, decided not to seek
shortcuts.
Yeah, decided not to seek help, or don't have the awareness to seek help and get some healing done, or seek a coach. I mean, that's
Correct.
what we're here for, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to talk about narcissists now, but you can understand that that's something that they would probably use as a tool. So the reason why you can't have a coach, we spoke about, what are they, Nance? Give us the first couple of ones there.
Okay, the first couple of ones are...
True human emotion.
Yes, accountability.
Accountability is number
presence.
2. Number 3 is presence. Number
body
4
language.
is body language.
Authenticity.
Authenticity is number 5.
Attention.
Attention is number 6.
And of course, intuition.
Intuition is number 7. And lastly, being there for you.
Yeah.
Being there for me.
Absolutely.
So that's it from the Coaching Corner. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. Please like it, share it, follow us, and let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll bring anything to the table if it's of value to you.
Amazing. Thank you. And we'll see you on the Coaching Corner next time.